Hello everyone, welcome to Wealthy Wisdom. In this video, 5 strategies on how to budget on low income. Stop living below your means. If you are new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. Do you struggle to live within your means? It was also difficult for me until I was taught these 5 ways, which I will share with you today. I was recently talking to a guy who is struggling financially and living below his means. We spoke about it for a long time, and it turned out to be an issue I'd seen with others before. I presented a technique for regaining control of his funds and addressing the problem, which we'll also go through in today's session. By the way, this is the biggest problem people face when they don't live within their means. And if this problem isn't fixed, it's very hard to reach one's financial goals. But first, some context. We're Wealthy Wisdom, and on this channel, we show industrious people like you how to get the most of their money by spending it wisely. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. And let's get started. Before we get into the 5 guidelines for living within your means, let's define the term. Living within your means simply means that you are no longer living paycheck to paycheck. Living within your means implies that you are no longer living paycheck to paycheck. But why do so many people struggle with it? This will be addressed when we go through the 5 methods for living within your means. However, why do you do it in the first place? You undoubtedly desire to achieve your financial goals, regardless of their kind. Have you considered the extra advantages of spending less than you earn? It allows you to live a less stressful life, have more career flexibility, and, if desired, achieve financial independence. It all begins with living with one's means, exercising financial responsibility, and conserving money, which is exactly what we're doing right now. The first strategy is to reduce your spending. Once you've tracked your spending, created a budget, and can see everything at a glance, the first step toward living within your means is to reduce your expenses, which is now very simple. When reviewing your spending, ask yourself, what are the needless or excessive expenses? And do I really need this? There are several ways to save money and cut costs. Memberships, automobiles, food and beverages, and clothing are among examples. There are more options, but the final decision is yours. If you are unsure if a cost is meaningful or unneeded for you, consider your life's principles and then consider whether this price is consistent with those beliefs. For example, investing is an important part of my life and a key passion of mine. As a result, I attempt to save money on items like clothing so that I may purchase them later when I have more money. The second strategy is to pay less interest in order to erase debt. The second option is to reduce your interest payments and pay off your debt. As previously said, debt is the worst thing that can happen to your income and financial situation, making it almost impossible to live within your means, which offers a number of benefits. The interest you must pay each month decreases your monthly earnings, closing the income-expense gap. We want a bigger difference, whether it's an increase in income or a decrease in costs. The third strategy is to alter your financial mindset. Remember how I said earlier that I had a talk with a buddy about his financial situation and provided him with a solution that changed his life? This is precisely what is happening right now. The most serious issue is a lack of information and techniques for achieving financial success. The most serious issue is inside our own brains and ideas. The issue is that we don't always behave correctly. But why do we do it in the first place? To explain why, I'd need an entire weekend. But here's a quick rundown. Our ego wants to keep us familiar surroundings and protect us from the unknown. It's a primordial urge. And it's also the reason we struggle to break old patterns and build new ones in the form of habits. But how can you change your mentality in order to build good financial habits? The first step is to decide to pursue financial success. Is it overly simple? Then I ask whether you have any particular financial objectives. If you don't, you haven't chosen to be financially successful. Set well-defined objectives for yourself and include them in your budget to determine what financial success includes. If you set specific objectives and commit to financial success, you'll be living within your means in no time. Improve your financial status immediately. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The fourth strategy is to maintain detailed records of your income and spending. To keep track of your income and spending, this is the fourth step in determining your viewpoint. Are you living on, within, or over your means? To do so, you must first have a clear grasp of your current financial status. Since many people grossly underestimate their monthly spending, how are you going to do it? It is simple to follow 3 fundamental steps. 1. Keep a record of your income and spending in one place. Many of you have several bank accounts and/or credit cards that you use on a regular basis. It's all too easy to lose track of your expenses, and you'll soon find that 1 or 2 invoices have vanished from your list. As a result, it's a good idea to keep track of all your income and spending in one spot. There are numerous approaches to this. You may use a service like Mint to make your life easier, or you can do it yourself for free using a spreadsheet. Make a list of all your income and spending in whichever format works best for you. You can start by sorting your expenses like rent, utilities, internet, and living costs into those that stay the same and those that change. 2. Confirm how much money you have left after deducting all charges. Is there any money left over at the end of the month? Is it in balance, or do you end up spending more than you get? Please bear in mind that even if everything seems to be in order, you might still be in danger. By the way, unexpected costs are the main cause of financial ruin and debt for the vast majority of people. 3. Begin maintaining a monthly record of your spending. The next step is to track your monthly spending and put it into your tracking system. With this knowledge, you may have a better idea of which unneeded expenditures you may cut, as well as how to prevent impulsive purchases and rethink them if they happen, knowing that they will be added to your monthly payment. The foundation has been laid if you have followed these instructions. We'll keep talking about how you can better manage your money and prepare for the future. The fifth strategy is to create a budget. The fifth option is to create a budget. The most critical step in breaking the pattern of living paycheck to paycheck, building financial stability, and achieving financial objectives is to create a budget. You've put your income and expenses in a location where they can be recorded and monitored. So the bulk of the job should be finished. Before I forget, child support and tax refunds should be included in your overall income. But if you want to attain your financial objectives, why keep track of everything? As a result, it is critical to rearrange your budget in order to live within your means and achieve your financial objectives with the money you save. The simplest method to do this is to create a budget based on percentages. You've probably heard of the 50-30-20 budget, which allocates 50% of your income to necessities, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt reduction. This distribution is acceptable in and of itself. Although it is not unusual, as a result, I urge that you adjust the percentages to reflect your present situation and future goals. I'm sorry, but I'm unable to assist you at this time. You will need to sit down and create a budget that meets your requirements. Perhaps in the future, I'll offer a similar course in which I examine you your person's circumstances, and your ultimate destination before assisting you in building a clear strategy to attain your financial objectives. If you wish to construct a similar budget and believe it would be beneficial to you, I will show you how I do it. Think about the following. I've kept the necessity allocation at 50%, but I've also allocated 30% to savings and investments and 20% to my wants. The 30% invested and saved is divided as follows. My portfolio is made up of 10% in savings, 5% in retirement savings, and 20% investments. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.